How's it going, folks? Real Madrid have finally decided on a new manager, while Tebas gave a shocking prediction regarding Mbappe's future. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to know the latest football news. Borussia Dortmund are ready to sell Youssoufa Moukoko if there would be a lucrative offer worth 30 to 40 million euros. Earlier on, Liverpool, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Chelsea and Juventus were interested in the player's services. Luis Enrique commented on Mbappe's injury. It's not a serious problem for Kylian. However, he was in pain and it was difficult for him to play on. I think that withdrawing him was the smartest move. It's nothing major. He's doing just fine. Tottenham Hotspur have announced the signing of 16-year-old HNK Hajduk Split centre-back Luka Vuskovic for £12 million. The youngster will join Spurs in the summer of 2025. Juventus are eyeing Lille's 23-year-old Portuguese centre-back Thiago Jallo. His deal with the Mastiffs expires in the summer of 2024. Saudi League proposals? For me, the Champions League is worth more than €10 million salary. I still haven't achieved great results to accept going to that league. I'm focused on doing great things with AC Milan. That's why I signed a new deal a few months ago, Rafael Leao shared. Brentford star Ivan Toney has returned to training with the main team. He is banned from football until January for betting offenses. Patrick Kluivert's 16-year-old son, Shane, who plays as a left winger, has spent his first professional contract with Barcelona. Victor Osimhen has apologized to head coach Rudi Garcia and Napoli teammates following his angry outburst after he was taken off during their clash against Bologna. Liverpool have signed a new contract with left-back Kostas Tsimikas. The agreement is valid until the summer of 2027. The only way for Jadon Sancho to be back to his performances for Manchester United is to apologize to Erik ten Hag and his teammates. If he decides not to do that, then he will be training separately. Not an option, says Louis van Gaal on the Ajax job when asked by NOS. He's not gonna work at clubs again. He continues to treat his prostate cancer. Bayern Munich are expected to be active in the January transfer market. The focus is on the defensive midfielder and possibly the right back. Joao Cancelo no longer considers himself a Man City player who is just doing his job on loan at Barca. He feels that he is an integral part of the Blaugrana squad, thus he wants to convince the club to make his deal permanent. Randal Kolo Muani, Achraf Hakimi, Ousmane Dembélé and Layvin Kurzawa could face suspensions for chanting "Marseillaise, go fuck your mothers" with the fans after the game. Inter Milan striker Marko Arnautovic will be out of action for 2 months due to a thigh muscle injury. Olympique Marseille were offered the services of the former Napoli, Genoa, Parma and Italy coach Roberto Donadoni. 20-year-old Valencia midfielder Javi Guerra has attracted interest from Manchester United and Newcastle United, but both are unwilling to meet his €100 million release clause. He has already scored 3 goals and delivered an assist in 6 La Liga appearances this season. Manchester United are close to activating Sergio Reguilón's buyout clause in January. He impressed many at the club. Former Atletico Madrid and Wolfsburg midfielder Joshua Guilavogui has inked a contract with Mainz as a free agent. Liverpool are open to consider any offers for Thiago Alcantara, who is no longer in Jurgen Klopp's plans this winter. Flamengo will sack Jorge Sampaoli as head coach in the upcoming days. The team has picked no victories in 4 consecutive games. Back in the summer, Carlo Ancelotti asked the club to acquire a new striker and right back, but he was made to understand that the team would have to be built without them. Mikel Arteta revealed why he substituted Declan Rice. Declan is not feeling good. He felt something in his back in the middle of the match and could not carry on. Nicolas Jackson has lost the ball after an unsuccessful touch 26 times, more than anyone in Europe's top leagues so far this season. Former PSG, Lille and Nice coach Christophe Galtier is considered to be a candidate for the vacant Olympique Marseille head coach position. Man United are set to hold discussions with young central midfielder Hannibal Mejbri over a new long-term contract at Old Trafford. Xavi has made a very good start and he is on a very good run at the moment. I think we are binding him emotionally to RB Leipzig. Sometimes amazing things could happen throughout the season. We are trying to get him to stay with us longer in the summer of 2024, stated RB Leipzig Managing Director for Sport Max Aberl. Mike Mignon and Theo Hernandez have recovered from injuries and have participated in Milan's first team group training. La Liga President Javier Tebas. In terms of financial sustainability, Barca are hurting La Liga because of their financial situation. Fiorentina have tied down one of their star leaders, Nicolas González, who was close to a transfer to Brentford in the summer to a new improved contract. Frenkie de Jong will miss the first El Clasico of the season, scheduled for October 28. He will not be able to recover from his injury until November. Danish international midfielder Pierre-Emile Højbjerg decided not to extend his contract with his agent. He wants to leave Tottenham in January. Vinicius Jr. returned to training with Real Madrid's main group. He's unlikely to be available in today's tie against Las Palmas, but has a chance to start against Girona on Saturday. The legendary John Terry will also work in Saudi Arabia, becoming the new sporting director of Al-Shabaab. The president of the Colombian second-tier side Tigres, Edgar Paez Cortés, was killed. He was shot dead while leaving the stadium after a 2-3 home defeat to Atletico FC. Alright, it's time to move on to the most heated news of the release. The weak start of Andre Onana's spell at the Red Devils camp is already prompting the club to look for a new first-choice goalkeeper. In case the Cameroonian does not improve his performances, Manchester United will enter the transfer market in the winter or summer, with Atletico Madrid goalkeeper Jan Oblak being the most preferred option. Despite that, the Spanish side has no desire to offload the Slovenian goalkeeper, whose contract expires in the summer of 2028. Oblak has been performing for Los Colchoneros since 2014 and has already made 398 appearances for them. Brentford star Ivan Toney is becoming one of the most wanted footballers in the Premier League transfer market this January. Arsenal are eager to land the 27-year-old Englishman, believing that they need a classic striker to challenge Man City. Arsenal consider the €60 million price adequate. Still, the Gunners will have to face competition from Chelsea, who have made Toney their main target for the summer too. Toney will not play until January this season due to a ban, and in the 2022-23 Premier League season, he scored 20 goals in 33 appearances. Neymar Jr. did not score a single goal in the starting 3 appearances for Al Hilal, and is already trying to dictate his terms to the club's managers. The other day, he turned to the bosses with a demand to sack the team's head coach, Jorge Jesus. The Brazilian had a conflict with the Portuguese manager because of the yellow card he received in the AFC Champions League game against Uzbekistan side PFC Navbahor Namangan. Besides, Jesus is no fan of Neymar's attitude towards training. Luckily or not, so far the Al Hilal board has not satisfied the demand of their stellar performer. Aaron Ramsdale, who unexpectedly became Arsenal's second-choice goalkeeper, could experience a very sharp turn in his career. The option of signing Ramsdale is being considered very seriously by Bayern Munich. Bundesliga champions see a future long-term replacement for Manuel Neuer in the English shot-stopper. However, Ramsdale is also seriously claimed by Chelsea. The Blues are still not convinced with the way Robert Sanchez is playing on goal. Thus, they can submit an offer for Ramsdale. Bayern recruited Israeli goalkeeper Daniel Peretz last summer, but only Sven Ulreich is playing at the start of the season. Real Madrid have finally decided on the name of the head coach, meant to be a summer replacement for Carlo Ancelotti, who is expected to join Brazil. Los Blancos decided on bringing in their former halfback Xabi Alonso. European clubs are impressed by the performance of his Bayer Leverkusen, while the Merengues believe that his ideas will work perfectly at the Santiago Bernabeu. In case they fail to reach an agreement with the Black and Reds regarding the compensation for taking Alonso out, the current Real Madrid Castilla coach Raul González will take over as head coach instead. Miss the saga of Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid? We do. Javier Tebas felt the same way. Therefore, he assessed the chances of the Frenchman joining one of the La Liga clubs in his recent interview. 70 to 80%. Kylian Mbappe will be in La Liga next season. Sure thing, Tebas did not mention which club he was referring to, but it's unlikely to be Cadiz or Almeria. We would like to recall that yesterday Mbappe's mother was repeatedly asking Kylian to accept Real Madrid's offer as soon as possible, as he will regret the missed opportunity later on. Guys, we would like to recommend an awesome channel with exclusive video documentaries about video games. It's like Netflix, but focused on games, not to mention that it's free. The channel has already dropped the first part of the story about the legendary Mortal Kombat. There you will find out something that 90% of gamers are not aware of. The video is now in front of you. Click on the link and watch only the best content. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit!